welcome to the Football Reporters, week number 3. And there's a lot of injuries to report.
Too many.
I'm going to report this one right now for Vikings running back Adrian Peterson to have surgery on Thursday, and he could miss multiple games, or up to 3 to 4 months.
Ooh. That is massive news.
Yep, just reported about 10 minutes ago. Sports. So that was. So there's that. So for all you Minnesota Vikings fans and Adrian Peterson users on fantasy football, you might want to get another running back. Might make sure that backup is good to go.
It's a catastrophic loss for this team.
I don't think so. We'll get to that later. But okay, so I just wanted to start with that breaking news since I just got it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But let's get started with week 2. The week 2 review games here, because we'll go into different injuries when we get there, because there's a lot of them. But when we get to the Pacific game, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Let's start with last Thursday night, the Jets and the Bills. This was a terrible game to watch on TV. But the Jets just mowed over the Bills, because the defense was on the field for a long ass time. Matt Forte had 100 rush yards and 3 scores. He had 3 scores, and in fact, in the first half, I don't think the Buffalo Bills had the ball for more than 2 minutes.
Nope.
Because it was either an 84 strike down the field or another 90-yard strike down the field. That's what kept them in the game, was the big Bills with big bombs.
Oh yeah.
Their defense gave up 37 points.
And we saw the return of a once thought of to be a great quarterback, E.J. Manuel. Went 1 from 1 with 10 yards passing.
He sucks. He blows. Tyler Taylor does too.
Tyler Taylor, 18 of 30.
Yep. How did that end?
And 2 of those passes went for 70-plus yards.
Yep. It's like Goodwin. Goodwin only had 2 catches, but 112 yards. But on the Jets side, you have all 3 players on all 3 players, like big name players, play well on offense. Ryan Fitzpatrick had over 350 yards.
Yeah.
Eric Decker and Marshall both had over 100 yards each. Forte had 100 yards. And again, 3 scores.
And Quincy Enunwa showed up again, 92 yards also for him.
And the defense was not half bad either for the Jets, even though they did give up 31 points. Those 2 large bombs.
Yeah.
But so the Bills, and we thought when I saw Marshall go down, I thought that was an ACL.
I thought he was done. Yeah.
But he came back. Marshall was okay.
They say he does have damage to his knee.
Yep.
It's just not significant damage. I mean, he could miss next week, is what they're saying. He could play, but if you want to see if you're basically at this point is a franchise wide receiver for the team, because he's going to be until he retires.
Without him, it sinks.
Yeah, and they said next week they face a lesser team. We'll get to it. I forget who it is, but it's a team that's significantly worse than them, I think.
Actually, no, I know where they're going next week. The Jets' next 5 games are tough.
Yeah, I forget who they face next week, but
they're going Arrowhead.
Okay, so it'll be a tough matchup, but
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But still, the big news coming out of this game is the firing of Bills offensive coordinator Ray Roman.
Yeah.
Who really, your offense puts up 31 points and then you get fired. That's on the defensive side of the ball. That's on Rob Ryan. That's on Rex for having those defensive. And I guarantee you, by the end of the year, we'll be reporting that Rex Ryan will be fired by the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
And with both Ryan Bills, the tons of fun will be out of Buffalo. Anyway, let's go on to Sunday's game, starting with We'll start with the biggest blowout. I guess that's the first game I see on your phone.
Yeah.
It is the Carolina Panthers absolutely rolled over the San Francisco 49ers, 46-27.
The 27 is generous because the Panthers stopped playing in the second half of that game.
They stopped playing in a couple of short fields led to the touchdowns for Blaine Gabbert.
17 of 36, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 243 yards for Blaine Gabbert.
Fine.
And he had a rushing touchdown also too.
Yep. So they had all 3 of their scores.
Yeah.
And then the 2 field goals. Cam Newton, 24 of 40. Not very that accurate. 353 yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception.
But the news that's coming out of that game, Jonathan Stewart will miss a couple of weeks with an injury.
Again, this is why I never touched Jonathan Stewart. But I think this. So we all knew that this team was going to go on. Oh, great! The Dunners got a 28-zip win over the Rams. Woohoo! He went up against the real team and got squashed.
I know. Yeah.
Boom. All right. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The divisional matchup, probably the best rivalry in all of football right now. The Steelers and the Bengals face each other for the first time since the playoff game in Cincinnati. Very sloppy.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very sloppy game from both sides.
In general, too. It was raining.
Yep.
And
it was a rock fight.
Yeah.
It was an absolute rock fight. Dalton, 31-54, 366 yards and a touchdown. That's 54 passes.
Gio Bernard. And the strange thing is A.J. Green was targeted 8 times. Only two catches for the superstar wide receiver. And Giovanni Bernard had 9 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
He was targeted way more times. He was targeted like 2-3 more times than A.J. Green, which is completely shouldn't happen.
Roethlisberger had a bad first half, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
He turned the ball over 3 times, but then he threw 3 scores, and oddly enough, not to Antonio Brown.
I know, yeah.
Antonio Brown only had 4 catches for 39 yards, but D'Angelo Williams, again, shows his big series, which is going to be interesting coming. Is it this week or next week when Le'Veon Bell returns?
This upcoming week is the last week of Bell's suspension.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting next week when Bell comes back. And you have that 2-back set along with Brown and along with that offense. That's all.
D'Angelo Williams' numbers will be.
Oh, it'll be significantly cut down.
But not. I don't think it's going to be significantly cut down. But the way he's played the past 2 years for them,
yep.
I don't think it's. I think it might go 50-50.
It might go 50-50, but I still would. Le'Veon Bell still be the workhorse.
Oh yeah. I think you'll see a lot more goal line targets maybe for D'Angelo Williams.
Good to see for Pittsburgh. I think a lot of people a lot of people are picking Pittsburgh in the AFC.
Yeah.
But I don't trust offensive centric teams like they're
I don't, but they played really good.
They did. They always do. They put a lot of flashy numbers at the beginning of the season, and when it comes to crunch time and the playoff time, they get beat by a more defensive team.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep. Okay, next up, Dallas at Washington. Dak Prescott got his first win of the season.
His first touchdown, also too.
Did he? Oh yeah, he rushed him. He had a rushing touchdown. He's not throwing a touchdown yet.
He's not throwing a touchdown.
Or a interception. So there you go. That's something right there. Ezekiel Elliott, not the best game. I wish he got more yards. I would like to see more yards out of him if he's going to be the workhorse.
He's not getting as many yards as people expect him to.
Behind that offense.
Yeah.
Because you have 1 touch. It's still 83 yards and a touchdown. Des Bryant did have a good bounce back week from the week before. 7 catches, 102 yards. Was he in Norman for most of the day, or wasn't?
No.
No. They target the other side because
the news coming out of it was that he wouldn't travel with Des Bryant because Des Bryant plays all over the field.
Yep.
He can play on the outside. He can play in the slot. He's just a fucking monster out there.
I gotta say, the truly greats really do travel. Deion Sanders travel. But nothing against guys that stay on one side of the field. That's good. You shut that one side of the field. But if you don't have someone else's, Richard Sherman,
Rivas.
Yep. But if you don't have another guy on the other side of the field that can also do well, it's gonna fly.
It's gonna hurt you.
Yep.
I mean, Rashad Berlin isn't an awful cornerback. I mean,
he got stuck with in 2 weeks. Yeah. Des Bryant and Antonio Brown
in back-to-back weeks.
Yep.
I don't expect a young corner like that to be, thrown to the dumpster fire like that.
But the Redskins did make it interesting. Kirk Cousins, I think, is now people are starting to realize he's starting to come back.
His own teammates are turning against him.
You like that? No,
they don't like that anymore. Actually,
nope. 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Because they hate his indecisiveness. Yep. Like he's so indecisive out there on the football field.
An offensive line that was not really that good. The Deshaun Jackson and Crowder Carson. The only person that was actually really good for them, I thought, was Jordan Reed. But the Redskins are now 0-2, and they're not really having the best start to their season at all.
A terrible start.
Yep. Okay. New England and Miami. New England got out to a how big was the lead?
20-3. I think it was
24-3, and then it became 31-3 after the fumble. They had a 31-3 lead. Yep.
I think we skipped the.
They had a 31-3 lead.
Games.
What? Oh no, I just want to get this one out of the way.
Yeah. That's like we skipped the 3 games.
This one's first time. I picked up his favorite team, but so the Patriots in the first half looked sharp,
dominant.
Jimmy Garoppolo looked like the heir apparent.
Yeah.
That throw to Martellus Bennett to get the touchdown. That was.
On the throw from his back foot too.
Yep.
The back foot strike, I think it was to Amendola, I think.
Yep, that was Brady-esque. And the defense shut down Ryan Tannehill in the first half.
Yep.
Then
the unnecessary hit by Kiko Alonso. I'm not saying the hit itself was unnecessary.
No. It looked brutal. It looked bad.
The end of it where he just kept following through with it was completely unnecessary. I know it's football and you get hit, but
that's
the way he landed on Garoppolo was completely unnecessary.
He's just finishing a tackle.
I know he is, but he could have put his hands out and braced himself or whatever, but instead of trying to drive him into the ground like he did.
Well, that's what they. To be fully honest, I've seen worse, particularly on one of his teammates, several times.
Yeah.
Ndamukong Suh. But Jimmy Garoppolo, as of right now, has a sprained ACL joint. We don't know if he's going to play in Week 3. He might play, but after he got hurt, the air just went.
Yeah.
All the air went out of the stadium, and Ryan Tannehill just got hot. 21-22, 3 touchdowns.
Clutch pick.
A clutch interception at the end of the game, which, if it wasn't for Stephen Gostkowski, that wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
He missed a kick badly.
Unlike him.
I like Stephen Gostkowski, but that was just a bad, really, really bad kick.
Brissett wasn't too bad, but the real star, besides Jimmy G, for me in this game was LeGarrette Blount.
The offensive line, and LeGarrette Blount.
Marty Bennett on the blocking side of things was tremendous. Again, for the second straight week.
Yep, I thought the offensive line played pretty good, except for Marcus Cannon and Joe Thuney.
As a whole, the offensive line has been pretty good the first 2 weeks.
Yep, and Joe Thuney unfortunately got a couple holding calls at bad times, but other than the offensive line, I thought played pretty good. It's definitely better than they did last year. Oh, yeah. And the difference in Nate Solder.
Oh, and Nate Solder does make a difference.
Yep.
But 29 of 1 for 123 and a touchdown for LeGarrette Blount. Definitely his best regular season game in a long time.
Yep. But the game was a little too close for comfort for Patriots fans like us.
Yeah.
But the Patriots do get the win, and now they're 2-1 on the season without Tom Brady. Week 3, who knows?
I thought that was impossible.
Jimmy G 1-3. It's still uncalled.
Anyway, I'll be at that game live tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, as it's reporting.
It's an early.
Okay, next up, the Cleveland Browns got a 20-2 lead over the Ravens in the first
20-0. Actually, it was
in the first quarter. I think that was the. Was that? Is that it? Is that right? Yeah, it was a 20-2 lead in the first quarter at the end of 1. And they pissed it away. Oh man, the Browns lose 25-20. In fact, I was talking to my friend the previous and said, "Do you think the Browns will go win this?" Once they're up 22, I'm like, "Oh, it looks like that's over."
Yeah, and then they look like an all-star team.
Yep, McCown had a good passes. Isaiah Correll had a 35-yard touchdown.
And the news also coming out of this game, Josh McCown is out for a significant amount of time, which does hurt Cleveland because out of the 2 quarterbacks between him and RG3, he is the better quarterback.
So, who's the quarterback now? Is it going to be?
It's Kessler this week, but they did sign superstar quarterback, clipboard Jesus himself, Charlie Whitehurst. Man,
but Flacco had a couple of good touchdown strikes to Mike Wallace. Then we had the.
Joe Flacco had some ugly numbers, though.
He did have ugly numbers. He had a Joe Flacco game. He had Dennis Pitta, 102 yards, definitely helped him out.
Looks like Dennis Pitta's kind of back a little bit to start this year.
Yep.
Looks like the old Dennis Pitta.
Yep, but Mike Wallace, 2 touchdowns. Justin Tucker continues to make his case for the best picker in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
With some nice clutch kicks, and Baltimore wins 25-20 in Cleveland.
After being down 20-2.
OIC only in Cleveland.
Jesus.
Next up, Kansas City at Houston. Last time these two teams faced each other in Houston, it was not even close. It was 30-0. Brian Hoyer looked absolute dog crap.
Yeah.
So, how did they fare this
second straight week? Alex Smith, I don't think threw a touchdown, did he?
No, he threw a touchdown.
Okay. He didn't throw a touchdown in this game.
He did not throw a touchdown in this game. He threw a touchdown in week 1. They came back from a 24-point deficit. Let's look at that. Oh, we already got that last week. But Alex Smith did not have any touchdowns. J.J. Watt had the J.J. Watt and McKinney and Simon, all combined, 3 sacks. No, actually, no, 5. Actually, he was here. He had 1.5.
Simon, 1.5.
And then 1.5. 4 sacks total.
McKinney, 1.5 for Watt.
4.5 sacks. And it's because Watt was motivated because Eric Fisher injured him last year. Of course, you can't hold down the great J.J. Watt. According to him.
I have to say is go on his Twitter.
Yep.
J.J. Watt, and look at the comments that people are saying about him.
Inspirational.
It's so hilarious.
But Brock Osweiler still proving to me that he's
I'll have to find one and read one because it's really funny.
Brock Osweiler still proving to me that he's a mediocre quarterback.
Oh, he's terrible.
He played pitch and catch with Marcus Peters. I still don't get why people are thinking that the Texans might win on Thursday tomorrow night. We'll get to that later. We're going to get to that later, but I had some unflattering things to say to Texans fans. I'm sorry to say, but your team only scored 19 points and won because your defense saved you. Because the defense had motivation to win.
I got one. If you go on his Twitter, it's literally the funniest thing. If you click on the comments, it's funny. Someone's like, "Hey JJ," because there's a picture and it says "It's time" of him with the bloody nose and everything from last year, and someone's like, "Oh, hey JJ, there are people in Africa that can't afford watches to tell time." And it's just like the whole thing, the first 3 words of it are, hey JJ. Every single comment. It's the funniest.
Okay, so I thought Kansas City, they had a pretty good game on defense. On offense, they were just going nowhere, and it's good news for them. Jamal Charles will be starting week 3.
Yeah, because their back's not too bad. I mean, there was a pretty equal share.
Yeah, but
even though West carried West, still West wound up with the most yards, but no touchdowns between them.
Okay, the last time these two teams faced each other, they combined for over 100 points. This time, they combined for a grand total of 26. 29. The Giants win 16-13 over the New Orleans Saints.
And the only touchdown in this game was by Drew Brees.
Yep. And it was a shot to who? Willie Snead.
His favorite receiver now.
Yep. Oh, by the way, for your brother Paul, I found Kobe Fleener. 2 catches, 29 yards. Running joke. But Eli had over 300 yards passing. They just couldn't punch it in the end zone. Sterling Shepard. Can we talk about Sterling Shepard? 8 catches, 117 yards.
Off 8 targets. He cut all of his targets.
Yep. Victor Cruz set them up for the game-winning field goal. The Giants' defense looked pretty damn impressive. Definitely better than they did last year.
Yep.
And for those people that are excited for the Giants, and I picked them to win, did I pick them on, or did I pick Dallas? I know I picked Dallas to win the
game. I picked the Giants to win the division.
But the Giants have looked good.
They look really good so far.
They've looked really good for 2 weeks. How about this barn burner here? The Titans at Detroit, with Matthew Stafford giving a very, very clutch interception at the end of the game.
Matthew freaking Stafford.
Yep. The old man can still do it with Anquan Bolden catching that touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Touchdown. Martin Jones, 8 catches, 118 yards. Amir Abdullah is in placed on IR.
Yep.
With a broken foot. I believe it's a foot injury. But the quarterback for but Marcus Mariota, 25 to 33, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Not a bad game, actually.
Nope.
Where those touchdowns occurred, they are, let's see here, both in the fourth quarter when they're down by freaking 12. So he had 2 clutch touchdown drives at the beginning of the quarter and at the end of the quarter with 22 seconds left when he hits old Andre Johnson for the touchdown. And then the Lions proceed to turn the ball over again. So the Lions are now 1-1. The Tennessee Titans pick up the win at 1-1. That offense still
that touchdown by Andre Johnson. He had 2 targets and 1 reception. It was a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a touchdown. So the Titans, they had a win. Good for them.
They look good in the first 2 games.
They look big on defense. They look good. On offense, it still needs work. Offense still needs a lot of work. Because they still need an offensive line.
They're more run-oriented, though.
Here we go. Here comes the game that everyone wanted to see. Seahawks and Rams. First game in LA, 9-3. Rams. Who picked that one? That's me. I know that for a fact. I picked the Rams last week.
For a fact, I didn't.
And wow, an offensive. So the Rams are
there.
9-3. Oh my God!
The Rams might have gotten their only win of the season.
It's ugly. It was an ugly win for the Rams.
22-35 for Russell Wilson, 254 yards in Zippo for touchdowns and picks.
There's no touchdowns, but there was no
touchdowns in this game. Case Keenum was even more pathetic. 18 of 30 for 239 yards, which isn't really
Todd Gurley
bad,
only had 50 yards rushing. That's still not good.
Disappointing start to the season for Todd Gurley. Would you agree with that?
Very slow start. I will say this.
Is actually pretty good, though.
I will say this though. The defense for the Rams definitely looked great again.
Oh yeah. Last week they looked like shit. This week they looked tremendous.
So the
against a really good team.
Fearsome Force in Part 2. By the way, I love those uniforms. That should be their uniforms. They're permanent uniforms. I think
it is.
That's good.
I think it is because why would they go back to the St. Louis uniforms? I think it's their permanent uniform.
Good. Second that. The Cardinals and the Bucks. Cardinals last week were embarrassed on their home field. Came back and absolutely kicked the asses of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 40-7. Jameis Winston had 4 interceptions.
Jameis Winston looked terrible.
Doug Martin has an injured hamstring. He'll be out for 3 weeks. Carson Palmer had 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. They didn't brought in Drew Stanton because they wanted to keep
1 for 4 with Stanton, and Palmer was 18 for 31.
6 catches, 81 yards for Larry Fitzgerald. John Brown only had 2 catches, but for 78 yards and a touchdown. David Johnson, 3 catches, 98 yards. Chris Johnson, 54 rushes and a touchdown. Yeah, they benefited from short fields, got the win.
Yeah.
And all important.
Tampa Bay looked atrocious in this game.
They needed that win to bounce back from their week 1 loss. But Tampa, that kind of proves something. Still needs work. Still needs work in Tampa. Jacksonville at San Diego, 38-14. Jacksonville just got stomped.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this team.
I know what the problem is. It's Gus Bradley. Their head coach is bad.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
It's
just the talent on the field not clicking.
Yeah, the talent. Right. Here's the thing: the talent on the field. Like, if you don't have the right coach, the talent will suck. A great coach takes mediocre talent to good.
Yeah.
A great team to phenomenal. A bad coach will make a mediocre team bad, a bad team worse, and a good team mediocre.
Their run game is nearly invisible.
Yep.
They have no run game without Chris Ivory. 7 attempts for 28 yards for T.J. Yeldon and 8 receptions for 10 yards. Yep. That's pathetic.
Phillip Rivers, looking at the Phillip Rivers of all, 220 yards and 4 scores. Big news for the Chargers.
He actually knows who Travis Benjamin is.
Yep. Big news for the Chargers, though, and it's not good. Danny Woodhead is out for the season with a torn ACL. So
second consecutive year, I think it is. He's out with a leg injury.
That's it. So Melvin Gordon, 102 yards rushing and a touchdown.
Where the fuck was this last year when I needed him?
He said, "Fuck you."
This year, I don't pick him, and he's like a stud. He's been unbelievable so far.
Antonio Gates had a touchdown. Travis Benjamin had 2 touchdowns, got him deep. That's going to be a combination to look for in the future. But San Diego does pick up their first win of the season, and Jacksonville falls to 0-2. They might be in trouble.
They're in big trouble.
Okay, can we say that Denver's not out of it? Nothing's changed. Because they looked absolutely dominant on Sunday night against the Colts.
Trevor the Seaman.
Aqib Talib got a pick 6. Von Miller got a fumble recovery for a touchdown. But big news for the Broncos. That's not good. DeMarcus Ware is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured forearm.
Yeah.
But they still won 34-20. They made Andrew Luck look like they took away the running game.
They had no running game to begin with.
Lack of running game. So they made Andrew Luck throw, but there's no open targets thanks to Chris Harris and Aqib Talib just blocking up the
21 attempts, 21 completions of 40 passing yards.
Yep.
40. And 197 yards passing.
Yep. An interception and a touchdown. Yeah, it was just not a good day on both quarterbacks' parts.
This goes to my point. The Colts are an awful football team.
Except
no matter how good
Luck.
Andrew Luck is going to be, this team will not be good.
Oh, no. I never said they were going to be good. I just said they're the best team in the division because it's by default. They have no offensive line, no running backs, number 2 receivers, and a bad defense.
Yeah.
All they have is a quarterback.
A team full. Even T.Y. Hilton is a number 2 receiver.
Ready? And how's this for you? I'll this for comparison. The Colts are the Green Bay Packers of the AFC. Here's what I mean by that. All they have is a quarterback.
Yeah.
Except Jordy Nelson is a lot better than T.Y. Hilton. And that's the way it's going to be for a while. Okay. The Falcons travel to Oakland. They won 35-28. The defense for Oakland is looking
really not good. I'm not happy with these first 2 weeks.
Nope.
I don't understand.
I'm not angry at the offense with Raiders.
Offense is there. Offense will always be there.
300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and what you got? Cooper touchdown, please. But hey, to Crabtree, Wolford, even Latavius Murray got a touchdown. Yeah, they did so well in the offense. It's the defense of the ball. They skip you up.
Yep.
They
tied the game up.
Yep.
On 4th down, late in the game, and then the Falcons, for some reason, could fucking march down the field on this defense, and it picked them apart.
Yep.
Matt Ryan did.
The Matt Ryan looked like the Matt Ryan of old. Julio Jones had 106 yards, and just looked amazing. Looked great. Oh, someone's coming in here. Nope. Never mind. Okay.
Rookie Austin Hooper was pretty good too. Also, Jacob Tamme, also a solid game.
So the Falcons, they're still a false team. The defense still needs a lot of work, and Oakland's defense, that secondary needs a lot of help.
They do, and they're still starting the same people that they've been starting. Actually, I found out that Keith McGill was starting the last 2 weeks at safety. He's terrible.
Yep. Okay. Green Bay at Minnesota.
Right.
The opening day of the Vikings Stadium. And the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers in particular, has not looked good. Aaron Rodgers has not looked good in a while.
Yeah, I agree with
that. And who's that on? Is that on Rodgers, McCarthy, the coaching staff?
It's a little bit on Rodgers.
I think it's on the coaching staff. You have changed your offense coordinator 4 times.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy's a bad play caller.
Oh, he's a terrible play caller.
You have no defense. Aaron Rodgers is
getting set. They lost Sam Shields to that game, which is a huge loss. But
they just lost their best defensive player. Sorry, Clay Matthews, which overrated as hell. But they lost him. Stephon Diggs, 182 yards and a touchdown, and
could not stop him.
No one could.
Sam Bradford looked great in this game.
He did. 286 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Rudolph and Stephon Diggs are basically his 2 targets. Matt Asiata is now going to be the starting running back as Adrian Peterson
is too. And Cordarrelle Patterson, the ghost formerly known as Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yep.
1 attempt for -2 yards.
Yep.
I'll have the money if
Ready? And people said, like, oh, well, Adrian Peterson now, they're screwed. Adrian Peterson, in 2 weeks, has rushed for less than 40 yards.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine. They're going to be fine.
Still a massive loss to them.
Yeah, it's still
because of the type of back that he is and the back he's been in his career.
Yep. But still, the defense for the Minnesota Vikings is so goddamn good. It's amazing.
It's elite.
It is definitely going to be a top 5 defense, and that's the reason why I think they might win the NFC North.
Yep.
Congratulations to them, and even with the injury to Adrian Peterson and Terry Bridgewater, they still will get in the playoffs.
Well, they will definitely. Yeah.
Yep, on defense alone. Okay. Are you on the Wentz bag, Mike? No, I'm not either. He looked good. Don't get me wrong. He still looked good.
190 yards passing though.
He still made some nice throws, nice poise in the pocket. But it's against the Bears.
Yeah.
It's against the Browns. The Bears and the Browns are awful teams.
They're very bad.
Yep, and then, speaking of the Bears, Jay Cutler's out for a couple weeks with a sprained thumb.
Tore his vaginal walls up a little bit.
That's what Jay Cutler does.
Yeah.
Is right after a bad interception where he played pitch and catch.
He gets hurt.
Who did he throw that to? Oh, that's works. God damn it! Will this thing work? Who do you throw it to?
Nigel Bradham.
Yeah, he played pitch and catch with Nigel Bradham,
the linebacker. So.
And was out. Brian Hoyer came in. Did not do anything. And the Eagles just routed the Bears. 29-14. Wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't.
No, and the offense for the Bears and defense. The Bears are a bad football team.
Oh yeah.
They're just a straight up bad football team.
An awful football team.
Yep. Okay. Now we get to week 3, starting Thursday night. Houston and New England. We don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to start, but for the sake of this, we'll just say he's not.
Yeah.
Okay? So Jacoby Brissett, the third string rookie quarterback, will be starting. Julian Edelman will be the backup. That's the big storyline going into this game. But I'm going to point this out about the Houston Texans offense. They're bad.
Yeah.
That offensive line is putrid. They're missing the 2 starting tackles. The starting guard, I think, is hurt. The center's the only one healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy. Lamar Miller, I think, is overrated. They're going to shut down DeAndre Hopkins because they did last time. And granted, he's still going to get started. He's still going to be a beast. But all you got to do is make Brock Osweiler beat you, and he won't beat you.
Nope.
The offensive line is terrible. Now, the big thing is, I don't know what Jacoby Brissett, how he's going to respond to the pressure from J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, and that other guy who's been an absolute monster for the first 2 weeks. They have no secondary. I want to see how they're missing the best linebacker in Brian Cushion.
Yeah.
And Bill O'Brien coming up here. I think he's an okay coach, but nothing spectacular. I think Bill will have the game plan to win, so I'll take the Patriots and the points.
Taking the Pats.
Okay.
They'll be there.
Yep. Good luck. I will keep my eyes peeled. If you're lucky,
you'll probably see me.
If you're lucky,
I got some good tickets. I got some good tickets.
You know, it says like if you're lucky like me, you'll be on TV. Anyway, next up, Denver at Cincinnati. One of these are 2 teams. They had a really good game last year in Denver. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Keith Talib versus AJ Green.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to take the Bengals to get their first win. To hand Denver its first loss, mainly because I don't know how Trevor Siemian is going to react to that defense.
Yeah.
That vaunted defense of the Bengals.
We'll go with Denver. I like Denver's defense.
Yep. Okay, this is a battle. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be an amazing battle. Here, offense versus defense. The Minnesota Vikings going to Carolina. I think it's going to be interesting seeing Cam Newton go up against that defense. The defense has been absolutely monstrous for the past 2 weeks.
See if they can stop Stephon Diggs.
Who's going to stop Stephon Diggs?
He almost had 200 yards receiving.
Yep, and the secondary for Carolina smells.
Yeah.
It really does. It smells. And
It's not been good.
It's not been good, but I am going to take Carolina at home because I don't know if Sam Bradford can follow up what he did again with Luke Kuechly and K'Waun Short coming his way.
Yeah. I'm gonna go strictly on what I saw last week, and I loved what I saw from Minnesota. I thought they were really, really good in that game. I'm going to go Minnesota.
All right, Oakland at Tennessee. Tennessee has had a pretty good defense for the first 2 weeks, thanks to LeBeau doing very well. But I don't see that happening this week. I think Oakland. I'm gonna take Oakland mainly because their receiving core is way too monstrous. Derek Carr is that much better, and Marcus Mariota has now proven to me in the first 2 weeks of the season that he's able to carry a team to score more than 20 points. So I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Yep.
Someone's getting their first win. It's Cleveland and Miami.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Miami based on what I saw last week from Ryan Tannehill and the defensive line of the Miami Dolphins. So I'm gonna take Miami because I think Cleveland just really, really sucks with a third-string quarterback going in.
I am go Cleveland.
You're gonna go Cleveland?
Yeah.
Because you hate the Dolphins so much.
I hate the Dolphins.
Yep, I'm looking at it from a biased point of view.
I hate the Dolphins, but
if the Browns win, I will come in here and we'll both laugh hysterically at the Dolphins when I get to my game. Washington at the Giants. It's going to be Odell versus Josh Norman 2.
If that.
They're going to put him on the right. They're going to put him on the right side and take advantage of that matchup. Give me the Giants.
Yeah.
All the way. Give me the Giants.
Giants all the way on this one.
Arizona or Buffalo.
Arizona.
Buffalo's looked awful.
No words to describe that.
Arizona has looked awful. Buffalo's
Arizona really hasn't looked that good either.
Well, they looked good last week. I say Buffalo's looked worse.
Buffalo's as a whole in the past 2 weeks. Arizona's looked good.
Okay, Detroit at Green Bay. Even though Green Bay has not really looked that sharp.
The Lions suck. The Lions are garbage.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Go with the Packers in that one.
Baltimore and Jacksonville. This is a tough game because clearly one team has better talent, but one team definitely has the better coach. It's better as well coached.
Yeah.
As the Ravens are. And God.
Go Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go with talent here at home, and I'm picking Jacksonville to get that first one.
Yeah.
San Francisco at Seattle.
Seattle. There's no words.
No.
Even the Rams got shut them up, but the Rams have much better defense.
Rams versus the Bucks.
Bucks have more talent.
I'm gonna go.
They've been to a freaking buzzsaw last week.
Yeah, because they were highly motivated.
Yeah.
And just wanted to kick their
ass. Arizona's a million times better than LA is.
Yep. Okay. The Jets at Kansas City. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with Kansas City mainly on the fact that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to have a hard time in that building.
Yeah.
Chargers and the Colts is going to be a high-scoring matchup.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
I'm going to go Indianapolis.
I'm going Chargers for the simple fact that they have a more well-rounded team.
Yeah, I think so, but I can't deny that the secondary for San Diego is not really that good and gave up that 30
Colts.
I know, but they gave up a 31-point lead to Alex Smith. I can't. I'm
not convinced the Colts can win this game. They haven't shown me anything.
Andrew Luck.
I still think Andrew Luck's overrated.
You think it? He's got way too much talent to not win. I think
he has no talent around him.
He has no talent around him, but he still managed to be in games with no talent around him. Without him, that team is that team might be the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Okay, Pittsburgh and Philly. I'm going to go Pitt.
I'm going Pittsburgh all the way.
Yep. Brian Hoyer
versus... Who the hell is going to watch these next two games?
Brian Hoyer versus Dak Prescott in Dallas. Dallas. I'm going Cowboys.
At the beginning of the year, before injuries happened, you could pencil this in as being a good game.
Yep.
Jay Cutler versus Tony Romo. And now it's Dak Prescott versus Brian Hoyer on Sunday Night Football. It's still going to be watched, but...
Sorry, Al. Fucked. Okay, then finally...
I'm going Dallas on that one.
This is going to be a high-scoring affair here. Atlanta and New Orleans.
What I saw from Drew last week I didn't like, but Matty Ryan looked good.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I'm with you on that one too.
Because
I was thinking like Drew Brees inside of a dome. Either way, either way, it doesn't matter. The 2 dome stadiums.
I'm saying
he's a
that
beast in the dome.
And Matt Ryan has not looked good in New Orleans. That's going to do us for us in the Football Reporters. Please subscribe. Please, we need subscribers here. We only have 6. Subscribe our camera up to
Find our channel, please. Yes. We beg of you.
So go watch my friend Owen's channel, Wrestling 444.
We'll be
doing the football. Oh, it's not a football report. That's this show. We'll be doing the Action Shot Corner on Friday.
On Friday, I won't be uploading on Friday because it took you a little while to upload it
because of the freaking we don't know who you are. That's what it is. So for us, we'll see you next week. Enjoy football.